Hello. Good morning, everyone. And it's an honor for us to have all you here and participate in our final presentation. So, welcome to our project, Christmas at Winter Wonderland in Metaverse. So, in this final presentation, we will have quite a lot of things to cover. So we'll start with the overview of the project, and then its background, its objective, with plans, and its architecture. Later then, we will discuss about the quality assurance, the achievements, what we got so far, what we have learned, what our clients receive from us. The challenges, yes. The reality is always different from the expectations. So there are some hardships and problems that we have encountered during the making of our project. So I think it's worth mentioning. And finally, our group work, team roles, and responsibilities. So before we dive into the main parts of the presentation, I'd like to talk a bit about our stakeholders, our team, and our clients. So our clients is Front-End Solutions. They are the ones who gave us a chance to work on this amazing project. And they're the ones who give us suggestions and ideas on how to make the game more alive. And our coordinators, we have Professor Petri as our coordinator. Not only that, he is also our client responsible for the user story and the storyline of our single-player game mode. We also have Mr. Wu as our second coordinator. And finally, we have Mr. Trần Văn Quý as our supervisor. He's the one who supplies the documents we need and to check our status to see if we are doing things good enough. So let's move on to our project team. So we have Vinh Thái. He is the leader of the team, the head of the train. And me, I'm Ji Nguyên. And we have Đăng Nhật, then Sĩ Lâm, and our final member is Viễn Long. So let's talk a bit about our client. To those who don't know, our client started in 2012 as a startup company. Since then, Front-End Solutions, a young technology business, they have offered many customized applications and web-based, cloud-based platforms. Currently, they are an outsourced companies that deliver products to many different organizations and assisting many companies in upgrading their website to Web 3.0. Right now, they have some big projects such as our 3D space. Fun fact, our project is a part of their Our 3D Space project. And then they have Seek Spot for business process automation or a gaming platform, and InfoSpot for order management software. So let us move into the overview of our project.
So for the next part, I will talk about the overview of our project, the actual gameplay of Christmas and Winter Wonderland in the Metaverse. Our game has two game modes. The first one is a single-player game called Advent Calendar, and the second one a multiplayer game called Wonderland. So what is Advent Calendar? In the real-life definition, Advent Calendar is a system where the participator receive present for every day from the starting of December to Christmas Eve. And we add another element relevant to our gameplay to increase player engagement and interaction. And for the second game, Battle Royale, like the name suggested, Battle Royale is a survival game, action survival game where the last one standing will win the game. And we have some tricks there to make our game different from other Battle Royale. And because you can look at our game, it's a lot of white color palette. Why? Because it's Christmas and winter, so we use white for snow. So they appear a lot in the game. Moving on, I want to talk about the rationale of our project. So firstly, about the virtual experience. Our team, from our team perspective, we believe that the virtual experience will be the next technology, the future state of the art. For example, like previously, when someone want to buy something on the website, they just interact with their finger on the screen. But with virtual experience, they can use the virtual reality device and interact with everything in the shop in real time. For example, people can buy things in real time and assist. There will be support or real people in there assist them with their tasks. And it also, secondly, a marketing opportunity for us because it will open an interactive world, fully immersive interactive world, so that user can generate their own content and making business on that, and brand can also make business with the owner of those contents or make the content themselves. And for our live demanding, our product extend the already exist metaverse platform of our client for that solution, and also with our research and development opportunity into the metaverse and the virtual experience as a whole. And you can know that Meta, the company that owns Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg, he really believes in the future of the virtual experience, and he developed Metaverse as an example of that.
Our first objective is about the advent calendar gameplay. The user will have the experience on the treasure hunting game mode in our game, which is particularly the Christmas gift was hidden in the present boxes distributed around the map. We're using the Christmas calendar to make a countdown. There will be 24 presents from the 1st of December to the Christmas Eve. We also design a storyline to make our game more interesting. Was this present will help the Santa Claus to save the Christmas. Let's talk about our people. Before the player can join, they have to sign up by using their email. And after that, they're using that account to log in and choosing the village advent calendar map. In this place, they can choose the display name in the space. So when the map is loading, after that, player can choose the random avatars or they can customize the avatar. As in our demo, we use the random avatars. They can move around using the W or X to moving up or down. Press the Z button to jump, Q to crouching, A or D to rotating. This is our NPC. There will be three of them. The first one will guide the player to understand the map, the direction of the game, the advent calendar game mode, the battle royale game mode. The other two NPC will show the guide of the present, and we are going to make the user to find out it more. So let's check to our advent calendar. So as you can see, this account is not collected anything, and it will show the question mark for all of the items. Let's collect some of the box. So
if when the player clicking into the box, it will pop up the animation GIF, and after the GIF, they will open for the player the item in that. So as you can see, they open up the additional world. And we can check it in our advent calendar. It's in the 19 days. In our demo, we set up the timeline is in the 29 of the May, so it can and the player can open up on the chest. So we will collect more about the gift, one more gift, and we will show some of the demo. We will change the date to set that the restricted. So this box is in the 7 days. So and when we see the advent calendar, it will be the 7th item. After that, we set the time in the June 1st, so the player cannot interact with this gift. It will be open in the 2nd of the June. Our second objective is about our Battle Royale gameplay. The user this is a multiplayer game where the user will have to survive in an elimination circle. We use this idea from the famous game PlayerUnknown's Battleground, which have the same feature that is the eliminate and survive. User have to survive in the an elimination circle instead of eliminate each other by using gun. Our game is designed to more friendly, so instead of that they can throw snowball to each other and make the other player slow down. If the player hit enough snowball, they will get stunned and cannot move from the amount of time. Another function we add that we put some loot chests in that to upgrade their ability. Before they can come into the battle royal game, they have to sign in and choose the adventure map. As you can see, that is the ball in the left of the red chest in the battle royal. As when we're clicking it will pop up the table contain that if have any room in there and the ID. If have not anything, this will consider that it's not any room can play and all the room is full and in the game. So in our demo, we don't have any room yet, so we will create new one. After pressing the button, the player can join in the map and he can move around to warm up and waiting for another player to come in. So when another player pressing it, he will see the room ID and the number of players in that room. We can choose to create a new one or joining it. The second player when joining it can warm up with the first one and waiting for the third player. And our game will start when at least 3 players remaining in the map and waiting for 30 seconds before the fourth or fifth player can come in. If not, they will start the game. So they can interact around the map, and after that, the starting circle will pop up and the player will randomize their location. As you can see, that they will pop up the instruction for the game. So they can throw some snowball into the another character. If they hit 5 times, they will get stunned and get the some animation. To more specifically, they will have the pop-up animation and they cannot move for 3 seconds. So now let's check if the circle is worked. We choose to this account to go out of the circle and we'll pop up the elimination stable. So as you can see, they will pop up the their rank, their name, and their time to survive. If they press the exit button, they will come back to the event calendar map. So when they get back, they can move around to continue to collect another chest in the event calendar map. About the 2 remaining players, so if they hit a snowball, they will move very slow in the amount of time, and they can check the leaderboard of the player remaining in the map by pressing the B button. So now we will show that if another player go out of the map and pop up for the winner. So as you can see, when another players go out, the elimination pop-up will take the time and the rank up and will update to the battle history. So when the player press the exit button, they will go back to the event calendar and check their battle history at the right of the red chest. When clicking in the when clicking in the right of the red chest, this will be a battle history where they can see the date of the playing, their game ID, their rank, and the time to survive. So another feature we add that they can collect some chests in the time they play. So in our game, we will put about a randomized chest in there, and it will contain some shoe or glove to run faster or throwing faster. So in this chest, when this player clicking up in the chest, they can run more faster.
So let's jump into our project plans that we know how we can operate this project. So we have chosen the structural methodology to run our project. The reason because we know that we have directly working with the players on the office. So we could have more supervising and communication with them all the time. And moreover, by each sprint we complete small features and we can do the backlog. We do backlog so we know how the future to do that we do in the next sprints. So because that we will have the earlier alpha and beta version of the games, and we can adapt to more changeable requirements from the client. That's because with the strong the waterfall model, that the waterfall model, most of the big companies that they don't gain that because that's the lack of that. And moreover, we mix in a pre-game phase and post-game phase within all the sprint. So in the pre-game phase, we then build all the 3D assets, and our post-game phase we do the testing and development. So for that, we can have more, we have more stable 3D assets, and also we will have more flexible chance for balancing gaming, especially our battle royale gameplay. So this is our architecture of our software. So at the top, at the front end, we display our user interface and our 3D space. That will on top of Bootstrap library and 3JS library. Next, our load balancer is called API Gateway. That will respond and forward two types of requests from the front end. First is data fetching, that's RESTful, and our handle multi-connection from our users. That run on the Java Spring Boot configuration. Next to our backend, we separate two modules. The first one will handle HTTP requests, and the second one will do the notification that handle our connection and between user that connect to our 3D space. So we use two libraries here. The mongoose will that's the syntax library that our developers to communicate with our MongoDB database as storage, and the socket will hold a bi-directional and uninterrupted connection. Moreover, we have scripted cloud service to authenticate our 3D space and the key lock authentication to our user management and authentication. For the upskilling, our developers have learned more about Blender to build 3D assets, and we cooperate and collaborate with our client on the GitLab, so we will have more internal communication and ensure our confidential of our project.
Moving on, we will talk about the matter of QA and QC. So besides the normal process of bug tracking and reporting to the developer, I want to talk about the category what the QA and QC happen on. Firstly, there are two methods of testing, automation and manual. And for automation testing, the two categories will be API testing and lab testing. For API, the purpose is that to determine whether our API work or not, and then response time is acceptable. And with API testing, I will use the Postman API application for testing. And for log testing, it's about the ability of the server to handle the HTTP request to them and respond that in time. For log testing, the tool of choice for testing was David.Apache. Moving on to for manual testing, we determined that because again the 3D interactive in action gameplay, there are some areas that automation testing will not be suitable, so that manual testing happen here. The first category, 3D asset and collision. And for the 3D asset part, it's about testing to get the asset to see if there are any graphical or visual bugs. And we want that to look like a real world, so visual output will be acceptable for us. And for the collision part, it's about testing the collision of the asset. And I think it's really important for the second game mode, Battle Royale. It's an action game, so that when the player gets stuck onto the asset because of work, they will lose by default, and it will greatly affect their player experience and a major problem for us. So we want to make sure none of the players get stuck on the collision of the asset. And for the action, it's about testing the action that the control player, the control character of the player, what can they do, and if the animation work or not, and if that's smooth. And for the interaction, it's about the interaction between the player and various objects on the world, like going to battle royale through the wall or checking the history, opening gift box, etc. The next part is about game balancing and game performance. So firstly here I will talk about the performance. And because it's action game, especially for battle royale, the performance we need our game to run smoothly as possible, and we check the performance of different computer systems. Our game is like a side render, so that the graphical will use the power of the user computer to render the assets. So that I try to test it on a very old CPU chipset from 2015, and also I use Opera GX to only use 10% of the CPU, and it runs 5 hours standard, it still runs smooth. And for the RAM, I think that 8 GB of RAM is a minimum requirement for our game, because that the router is very heavy, and most of the computer nowadays run Windows 10 or Windows 11, so that 4 GB of RAM would not be enough to play our game. And for balancing, it's mostly for the second part battle royale, because we want to make life every player feel fair for the game. And so here is some of our number of our test cases. For the 3D assembly, about 199. For front-end is 61, and for API is 96 API test cases, and for lot testing is 28 cases.
For the next session, I will talk about the project achievement, and the beginning scope of our team has been changed if compared to the scope now, and we have exchanged it with our customer. And to what we discussed, that our project has done 90% of the main function, and the other 10% is just the support function. To our client company, we have built for them two maps, and a small game have a winter or seasonal theme that they can reuse those maps or upgrade the game in the future. For my team, this is the first time we do a game project, so we don't have experiment, but we can get a lot of skilling of technology that we never tried before. And we decide that we also gain for us learn a soft skill like time management that can really helpful for us in the future. So the next slide is about challenge. There are so many challenges for us because our team is the only team that have a game development, and we never tried it before. So we don't have experiment and also don't have any skill that can use in this game nature. And we also lack of communication with our supervisor because he is hard to contact and he always reply our email very late. So yes, he don't help us much, and we have reported this to our teacher. The time management problem is the main reason for the 10 other support functions we cannot done because the wrong calculation in the task lead to the delay of the deadline and its consequence. And the last challenge is misunderstanding between team members. As you know that working online is not easy to convey the idea, so we always have conflict and occur the argument. But we solve it by going to school and work face to face together. Here is our contribution. You can see on the picture there are 5 members in my team, and their hour of working on the project. And average of our team hour is over 400. So I will talk about the team role, and our team has 5 members. First is me, I am a team leader. I have responsibility to connect all the members together, helping them when they got problem with their task, and schedule meeting for the whole team with client. I'm also have role UX designer. I draw 3D model and deploy it on the website, and I'm sometimes shown in doing front-end developer, doing front-end function with Long. Long is the next member of my team. He is a project manager. He manages all the tasks of the team, and he is the main front-end developer in my team, so he will take care of all the member progress. Lam is the only back-end developer in my team. He will do the API and work with the database. Nhật is a tester. He tests game performance and all the requirement functions that our client told us to do. And Wing is the last member. He is the 3D and UI designer. He is responsible for all the 3D model that we needed for our game and the UI designer of our game. Is the Q&A panel.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, I saw that in the battle royale, the snowball didn't hit the target, but the target fell.
Yeah, they
So
still
can you
hit.
talk about that, aiming and the targeting and the elimination of that?
Yeah, saying that it's still hit, but our hot thing about that is about 3D asset on the snowball. So we have want to done that. So when it hit player, they splash out the smaller snowball, but that thing is too hard. So we skip that part, but we still done the configuration how to hit the snowball on the player, and the player recognize the hitbox and get the damage from that.
Okay. Yeah, I know. It just looked like it goes from the side.
Yeah, because of the offset.
Yeah.
The snowball.
Okay, so how to fix that?
So the calculation from the position of a player to the snowball, that's something that we have done like 2 weeks. That's a very hard thing because in the map in all three asset, each one have its axis and y axis separate each other. So the calculation that so hard to find, but so but turns out the last one is very simple, and you have the simple calculation and formula. We have taken you 2 weeks.
Okay. Okay, so how about the for future teams? What features do you recommend that should be implemented?
First, we want to enhance our virtual experience on our software because in our project and our scope we didn't have the kind of job that to do the enhanced virtual experience. So if we want to do that, we want to get work in the VR devices. So like small smartphone on your place on your face, we want to do that in future. So secondly, we want to extend our storylines with sound system. So you can see on the demo that we don't have any sound on our like Christmas song is scored on demo. If we want to do that, we want to do it in the future. Yes, so that's all.
So after this experience, will you want to work in game development or not?
Well, just for me, I want to do more on the Metaverse term. So this is kind of interesting experience. But we know that this Metaverse will continue in the future. Despite of the small layoffs nowadays, last year and this year, we still want to go to the Metaverse and the more.
So now if I want to build a network, like some game, something like this, so how long does it take?
Because we don't have experiment in this, so it take our teams like more than 6 months to build 2 map. But now if you ask us that question, we can do for you like 1 month is okay. 1 month for the whole new season map, like summer or spring, anything like that.
So what are the input? So I just have like the story and the scenario, the gameplay, and have nothing, so that we no design, no 3D design, anything. So how long does it take?
It depends on if you have any assets for us to build house or interpreter or something like that tree. If you don't have anything, we have to build from our own. We have to design and draw 3D models, so it will take around 5 to 3 months, 3 to 5 months. Yeah, for all the assets.
You write that into smaller one. I want to design a one house,
Yeah.
something like this.
Yeah.
And the three apart.
Yeah, everything is manual design and manual draw.
Yeah. It takes a long time.
Yeah, it takes a long time. If we have a lot of agreement like 1 or 2 years, we can do it faster, but we're just a beginner, so we.
So how about the action in the game? So now I see the action here. This is the crucial home.
Yeah,
So now I
crucial.
want to hit. Just you run something like this.
Yeah, we already built it, but our client is ongoing project, so our client has already do all the that function. We just do upgrade it and reuse. So all the piece or kit is already been done, so I can reuse it.
So I see on your screen the feature there, like something like a phone call.
Yeah.
Whenever when you play a game.
Yeah, yeah. You can call or video call on the game. It will
So we handle it for you.
yeah, it's not our R&D project. It's not our scope. Our scope is to build two game Adventure Challenger and Battle Royale. So phone is belong to our company.
Yeah.
I know the project relates to games, and I know that they design games. And when you receive the idea from the clients and development that project for games, and one related to the customer segment. The future when you publish the application and what thing do you find best the clients to improve their games, how to attract more users, because the purpose of the games, how to increase the user, the gamer for our project. Yes.
Yes, because our client is open source, so we just do to the client demand, so we don't really think about it. So if you ask for that question, we can think about that storyline, because good storyline can attract players to want to join and play those games. Or for the adventure, for the box and gift box, for the item, the parent can give on that, push on that item like some gift for their children, and every day children can open this gift, and the parent can buy it for them, like something to education.
But about the story, we can create the interesting story.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Education purpose.
about design, about everything, you can back to the client how to improve it. Yeah, at first the story. Okay. Everyone. We just get proposing.
So we have mentioned that this is our virtual experience metaverse game. So we think that the term metaverse will attract the user to game by any time. So if we can deploy it, we can deploy it on our live websites. We have the website spacefromthat.com, and also we have deployed this our product on domain. So if you want to see that, we can open it right now. And before that, we have planned to work on the execution file. So we have done that, and we can extract them, and you can use the file to upload on the App Store or CF Store. The user can download that. We have planned that, but offering that our module have to be separation. the process of that has been delayed in kind of so long because our project, our code base implement on directly on the client code base. So we have to re-implement and rebuild all code base again. So we chose to deploy on the web, but for more, we want to do the SQL client.
And I also think that if we implement the second game in VR, it will be better because nowadays I check and most of the current big battle royale game they doesn't have VR yet.
For example, just open the box and we see view in the computer and today later and we see the view. Just see the view.
We don't have fun on that.
Because it's very important when you develop the product, ID product, and how to construct and when you play a game and next time you come back and play okay. Anything else you propose? Thank you.
Because all of our team we use the same platform, 3GS, but I didn't see you mention anything about the schooling, which was very challenging phase for our team. So you think between the legacy you had when you started this project, compared to after you have to do everything from scratch, what is the most difficult thing you have to do during your upskilling phase? Did you receive any support from your marketing client?
So you mentioned the 3JS, that's hard thing to use, but I think we kind of more transition on the 3D model on Blender. So a little bit of 3JS got implemented in our project. Yes.
So what part really more into the Blender to handle all the actions? So how long did it take for you to upskill in that? All the Blender 3GS.
I think it's around 2 months for us to skilling for Blender and Future. For the Future, we mostly do the scaling of the elimination circle. We deploy it on the website and resize it to smaller and smaller these parts because we have to scale it and make it smaller.
So during my upskilling in 3GS, I followed some project on the internet using YouTube, for example. So one thing they have to handle is the physical handling all the games. And I think your game have that feature, like handling the feature and the physics to make sure that it matches the real life. So then you have to handle it on the comic side and everything.
So one up implemented about physics that you see that on is on the snowball. So to make the snowball move like that and hit the players, we have to do it all by myself, by the use of ourselves. Player just support on the 3GS how to build the model from the 3D Blender assets. So to up to the web application by 3GS, then we run that, and anything we will decide physics on snowball on the animation circle, we done that all by ourselves.
I'm confusing. You mentioned you just do 3GS for a little bit, you handle very complex tasks. But I'm confusing about how much time you really take to upskill in using 3GS. Because you mentioned that you still the 3D modeling and development. But you mentioned also you took like 6 months to do the 2 maps, is that right? So what is the timeline from
So for the timeline, we build a map on 3D assets, took about 3 months to the January of 2024. So we done on a map, like that, 90% of that, and the rest of 10% we fix our condition. So like houses, condition is when you go for it, and we have to block that to work on that later, after January of